We can paint the world a beautiful picture. Hold it up for everyone.
Hello my friends, Stephanie Barnard for the Stamps of Life, and I have a quick tip for you using this stamp set. This is called Pattern to Love, and you'll notice that there's 3 stamps on here. So it says birthday wishes, and I kind of like how it's standing up like that. And then I have this great big huge stamp, and let me show you how large it is. It's almost, I can't even tell you, it's not quite 4 by 6, but it's huge. See how big it is? But sometimes we don't have blocks that are big enough. So for example, this is a pretty big size block and it almost fits. This one probably I could make it fit, but sometimes we don't have a block that's big enough. So I have a quick tip for you. What you can do is you can use cutting plates. So get your Sizzix machine out, and you can see mine is very well loved because I do love my Sizzix machines. But this one is not as well loved because I usually put this on the bottom, so the cutting edge usually goes into the other one. So this one's loved, but not as much as the other one, so it doesn't have as many blade pieces in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my block. So I'm going to lay this on top, and now what I can do is I can go ahead and ink this up and stamp it. Isn't that perfect? Now, a couple extra tips when you're stamping. You always want, when you're stamping something this large, let me get a piece of cardstock and we'll stamp it. What you're going to want to do is make sure you put a lot of pressure on the back of that stamp. Also, you always need to use, with these large stamps, a stamping mat. I get so many people emailing me saying, oh, I stamped this stamp, because it's a big one. I stamped this stamp and it didn't work. And I said, well, are you using the secret weapon, the stamping mat? And they say no. And I said, go buy one. They cost 99 cents at your local craft store. They're in the craft foam section. Get the 1/4 inch thick one. Use that, and that stamp will stamp perfectly. And you know what? It does every time. So we're going to go ahead and ink this one up. And this is a huge stamp, so it's going to take a couple seconds to ink this baby up. And slippery little ink pad there. We want to make sure we get it nice and inked up. Now, when I stamp this, I want to make sure that I go straight up and straight down, and I'm going to add pressure on the back. Don't just go like this and think you're done. Oh, no, 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 no. You need to add pressure where that actual stamped image is. Otherwise, you're not getting the even pressure that you need. And sometimes I even go like this, just to make sure that I get it all nice and stamped. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up again, go straight up, boom. Easy, easy, easy. And I can see I missed a couple little inky spots, but you can see I got the entire image on my cardstock. Now, I have another fun thing to share with you on this stamp. I'm going to clean it with just a cheap baby wipe. Now, the nice thing about this stamp, and when I designed it, I did this on purpose, I have 2 different stamps in this one stamp because, and I hope you can see, but you can literally see there's holes in this stamp. I did not make the base of this stamp solid. I made it with holes. Now, you'll think, why did she do that? Because now, turn it over. Turn it over and now stamp what's considered the back. And you will get, cha-ching! You will get the original image, and look at this, you're getting the back of the image. So now you have 2 stamps in that one background stamp. So depending on if you want this pattern or more of a lattice pattern, you now have 2 stamps in that one big background stamp. Isn't that exciting? I get excited. I hope you get excited too. So you've learned a couple things about big background stamps. One, if you don't have your block, if you don't have a block big enough, use a cutting pad from your die cut machine. Also, make sure when you ink it up that when you turn it over, you really add pressure on the back of that stamp. And best investment you'll ever buy, costs 99 cents at your local craft store in the craft foam section. Craft foam underneath any stamp, it will stamp better using this craft foam. Then also don't forget, turn this background stamp over and you have 2 stamps in one. I'm always trying to think ahead. I'm always trying to get your best deal for your dollar. So I hope you enjoy my couple quick tips on the Pattern to Love stamp set, and try turning over some of your other stamps too to see what happens. You never know what's going to happen. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
We can paint the world.